Hi, this is Kathy Ireland for Your Home TV, sharing a special thank you for joining Dave Stevens and Troy Geary as the Geary, Stein, and Stevens Show broadcasts live from the All-Star Game in Arlington, Texas, with continuing coverage the following week. We encourage you to please tune in with Dave and Troy as they go live from Cooperstown, New York, to cover the 2024 Baseball Hall of Fame induction. We hope you and your family enjoy the best of baseball this summer on Your Home TV.
Well, hello again, everybody. Dave Stevens here for a very special Geary, Stein, and Stevens from the Baseball Hall of Fame induction ceremony. As you can see, there are fans here already that have made their way in here. Those are Joe Mauer fans. We've got a lot of people here for various teams supporting the Colorado Rockies and Todd Helton. We got Jim Leyland, who managed a lot of teams in MLB, and Adrian Beltre, who really known for the Texas Rangers. But we've got the induction ceremony coming up. Going to be a lot of speeches. A lot of the greatest players in the history of baseball will be on stage, and we'll give you a taste of some of those speeches coming up. You're watching Geary, Stein, and Stevens. Thanks again for Serendipity Yachts and Cruises for sponsoring us here in Cooperstown. Don't go away.
Serendipity Yacht Cruises and Events wants you to come party with us. We're bringing the fun to the Houston Bay Area. Stay tuned for all of our incredible events throughout the year, featuring amazing food and drinks, live entertainment, special guests, and so much more. Fun, new, different. Serendipity Yacht Cruises and Events is where you want to be. So come party with us. It's more than a yacht. It's serendipity.
I'm Matthew.
I'm Melissa, and together we started Fresh Clean Threads.
For most of my life, I've worn a black t-shirt, and most were either too short, too baggy, or weren't consistent. Like most guys with a problem, I turned to my wife for help.
From our San Diego condo, using my years of apparel experience, we set out to make the world's best fitting t-shirt.
Since day one, our Fresh Clean tees were made to offer a flattering fit for all body types, be ridiculously soft and comfortable, and not break the bank.
And more than 1 million customers later, we still make every t-shirt with the same attention to detail as when we first started.
And what we've learned from selling so many t-shirts to people around the world is that while the perfect fit and feel are the starting point,
it all comes down to feeling confident and empowered to live each day fearlessly fresh.
Unleash your confidence at freshcleanthreads.com.
It is my honor, Jim, to welcome you to the Hall of Fame family and to ask the Commissioner to please read the inscription on your plaque.
My contributions to our beautiful pastime pale in comparison to the joy that is brought to my life. From the heart of a little boy and the soul of an old man. Commissioner Manfred, Hall of Famers, family, friends, and fans, I would like to thank Jane Forbes Clark, Josh, John, and Whitney for a most memorable weekend. A heartfelt thanks to the Contemporary Committee for voting me this most prestigious honor. Congrats to Adrian, Todd, and Joe on your election, and certainly most honored to be going in with you. I'd like to thank every player that ever played for me, minors and the majors, because I'm here today because of you and the 4 organizations that gave me the opportunity to manage their major league team. I would like you to meet my wife, Katie, my son, Patrick, and my lovely daughter, Kelly, right here in the front row. And I want to thank them for the love for a husband and a father and the support for a baseball lifer. Katie, this just doesn't happen without you. I was having coffee with Katie a couple weeks after I was elected to the Hall of Fame. And I casually said, Katie, can you believe in your wildest dreams that I've been elected to the Hall of Fame? And Katie replied, Jim, you're not in my wildest dreams. From the sandlots of Perrysburg, a jewel of a town in northwest Ohio to grow up in, To a Hall of Fame stage in Cooperstown is a long journey. Shortly after high school, I signed a pro contract with the Detroit Tigers. The scout to sign me was named Herman Kander, and I think he was fired 24 hours after that transaction was announced. I bounced around the minor leagues for 7 years as a player and a player coach, but I want to sum up my playing career real quick with this quick little story. Eddie Brinkman played shortstop 15 years in the big leagues. We both managed in the Tiger organization and were on the White Sox coaching staff at the same time. One day I said to Brink, I looked up your career batting average and it was .224. He said, that's right. I said, heck, Brink, mine was .222. And Brink said, yeah, but mine was in Washington, Detroit, St. Louis, and New York, and yours was in Lakeland, Jamestown, and Rocky Mount. That's a big difference. In 1985, I got my chance when Sid Thrift of the Pittsburgh Pirates hired me to manage the Buccos. Thank you, Sid. What a job he did, and who could ever forget the Killer Bees? It was my first of 4 teams that I had the honor to manage: the Pirates, the Marlins, the Rockies, and the Tigers. And there was something special about all of them. The Pirates, because they gave me my first chance, and I'll never forget that. And there are some Pirate players here today: Bob Walk, John Wayner, Andy Van Slyke, and I certainly have to mention Barry Bonds, Bobby Bonilla, Jay Bell, Doug Drabeck. I'd love to mention everybody, but I just can't. I never felt like manager and fans in Pittsburgh. It felt more like manager and friends. I know we made you happy, and I know we broke your heart, but I always felt that we were in it together. I'm asked a lot, what were your keys or priorities to managing? Some of mine were as follows. Try to get the front office, the major leagues, and the minor leagues all on the same page. Try to make the clubhouse a fun place to come and a great place to work, and get that temperature just right. As manager and coaches, we always wanted to get the best version of the player, the respect of the competition, and the people that watched us play. In 2017, I got a call from Commissioner Manfred and Joe Torre asking if I would like to manage the 2017 United States team in the World Baseball Classic. Joe put together a tremendous group of players, and I added a special guy in Alan Trammell, Hall of Famer for the Tigers, to be my bench coach. And I never saw a group of guys get so close in such a short period of time. And we went on to win that World Baseball Classic for the United States. For the first and only time. One of my greatest memories. All organizations have people that work so hard that never get recognized enough, and I would like to mention some of them, and I hope you don't mind if I read this off. Front office trainers, team doctors, strength coaches, travel secretaries, clubhouse managers, PR directors, and scouts. And in every place I was, I felt I had the best. Also, thanks to the broadcasters, to the media, and the men in blue, the umpires. And of course, the coaches. One of the most important elements of any organization, the coaches. And I'm proud to say that 9 coaches over the years that were on our staff either managed in the big leagues prior to or after being on our staff. And I think that's quality. I wish I could mention all of the coaches today, but I can't. So I'm only going to mention the first 2 I ever hired: Gene Lamont and Rich Donnelly. Rich organized our spring training camp. Thank you. Rich organized our spring training camp every year, and it was absolutely flawless. Gene was listed as a coach, but was really another manager in the dugout. Gene and I were roommates in 1966. He was a longtime minor league manager, and he managed 2 major league teams, the Chicago White Sox and the Pittsburgh Pirates. It was unbelievable to have your closest friend standing next to you in the dugout through the good times and the tough times. Gene is here. Gene, you're a big part of this. Please stand up. And in closing, I would like to say this to the fans. No matter which Hall of Famer you're here to support today, or which team you cheer for, your presence is always felt. On your feet in the ninth, with the home team clinging to a one-run lead, turning on your television for the first game of the World Series, and seeing 50,000 fans waving towels, hoping and praying that this may be their year. Or a little boy or girl getting their first autograph and scurrying back to the stands to show mom and dad their latest treasure. Ladies and gentlemen, that's you. That's baseball, and this is the Hall of Fame. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, Adrian Beltre, National Baseball Hall of Fame, class of 2024.
Thank you. All right, let's do this, right? Good afternoon, everybody. I want to thank the chairman, Jane Clark, the president of the Hall of Fame, Josh Rawitch, we go way back, John Chester, Winnie Horn, and all the Hall of Fame staff for the help support towards me and my family. To my fellow inductees, Joe, Todd, and Jim, congratulations to you and your family. Well deserved. I want to thank the Baseball Writers of America for voting for me, to all of you. Before I start, I want to thank God. Without Him, none of this would be possible. And please bear with me. My English is getting worse every day. So I'm going to butcher some name, mispronounce some words, so please have fun with it. Okay? I want to express how grateful I am to be here today. I still can't believe this moment, being here on this podium with so much greatness behind me, and now being part of this elite group is truly an honor, and I'm humble. I was always be grateful to the Dodgers to give me the opportunity to this 15-year-old kid from the Dominican Republic to sign me to my professional contract. Now my dream of becoming a professional baseball player was now a reality. But at my age, I still had more to learn and great people to teach me. I made it to the big leagues. I started learning from guys like Jose Vizcaíno, Marcus Grayson, Ramon Martinez, Bobby Bonilla, Raúl Mondesi, and then Cesar Stu. Some of the year was difficult, but shaped me and made me tough and stronger mentally. Thank you to all the managers and coaches in LA, especially Jim Tracy, Manny Mota, Jimmy Lett, John Shelby, and one of my favorite hitting coaches, Tim Wallach. And I got the chance to play with great teammates, especially that are here today. Some of my favorite teammates, Raúl Ibañez, Richie Sesson, Ken Griffin, and some guy that called himself King Felix. And to that guy that calls himself King, I love playing with you, but I enjoy hitting against you even more. That battle on the baseball field was my favorite by far. Even though some people say that you won that battle because you made me look really bad and I had swing strikeout, that you keep posting on social media, you know what I'm talking about. But they said that, you're as good or as bad as your last pitch or your last at-bat, right? My last at-bat, remember, against you was a homer, right? So I know who won. Good pitch. Good pitch. Congratulations, King, you won. Thank you to the entire Texas Ranger organization for being so good to me and my family. To the front office, I appreciate you. Mr. Ray Davis, Bob Simpson, Neil Lehman, Nolan Ryan, the late Don Welke, John Blake, Rich Rice, Tony Taylor, Josh Helton, and I cannot forget ever to thank all the media. To my friends and family that came to support me, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Baseball was my passion, and it blessed me with countless opportunity. And the best part was, I loved it. I love baseball, and I had so much fun playing the game. Thank you to all the baseball fans for allowing me to be part of your life for 21 seasons. I'm truly grateful. God bless you all. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Todd Helton.
Thank you. Thank you, Coach, for teaching me how to conduct myself at a young age. I carried the lessons you taught me throughout my career. Coach David Cutcliffe was my quarterback coach at the University of Tennessee. Coach Cut always added some baseball words of wisdom for me on our weekly quarterback tests. One simple one-liner that stuck with me through the years was, "Don't be a dirt kicker." Thank you, Cut. Even though I wanted to, at times, I made sure I kept my frustrations off the field and out of sight. I will say, being the quarterback sandwiched between Heath Schuler and Peyton made my decision to pursue baseball easier. And I knew I wasn't big-time quarterback material when I was called into the game in the Rose Bowl against UCLA. Before running onto the field, I first had to ditch the half-eaten ham sandwich and a bag of M&Ms out of my helmet. It's a pretty good sign. So I do not get recognized in Knoxville like I do in Denver. But every so often, I'll get, "Are you Todd Helton? Weren't you a quarterback for the Vols?" I'm like, I just want to throw up my hands and say, yes, but I've played a little baseball since then. Coach Bill Mosiello was my hitting coach at UT when I played there. We have been friends for 32 years. I can honestly say that Coach Mo was the best hitting coach I had next to my dad. I'd also like to recognize the best head college coach today, Coach Tony Vitello and the national champion Tennessee Volunteers. The Rockies organization gave me so many friends, on the field, in the clubhouse, in the front office, and even at the top. Jerry McMorris was a mentor to me off the field. He poured into my family's life beyond baseball. And Dick Monfort. I guess you and I have broken an unwritten rule. Owners and players aren't supposed to be friends off the field. Dick, thank you for your friendship. You have been beyond gracious to me and my girls. Clint Hurdle. Those of you who know Clint know he's never been at a loss for words. Over nearly 30 years since we met, I have learned to pay attention to your hard-fought wisdom on and off the field. One day in Milwaukee, you told me to make it personal between me and the pitcher. It changed my perspective. It became my battle at the plate. But more importantly, thank you for helping me become a better husband and father. Keith Doogie, my longtime trainer and friend. People who know me know it takes me a while to trust people, but I've known you for 30 years, and I've trusted you for 29 and a half of those years. And of course, I had 411 teammates on the Rockies, and each of you had a part of me being here today. If you were invited by my wife or I to be here with us today, you have played a role in me standing here today. Thank you for being part of this journey with us. It has been a wild ride. Now, some people have told me that my superstitions early in my career were a bit excessive. Same food, same route to field, same routine. It made sense to no one but me. I remember getting a speeding ticket on the way to the field one day in Colorado Springs. I got 3 hits that day. So, I took the same route, went the same speed, and the next day, the same officer gave me another ticket. I didn't care. I got 3 hits that day as well. I asked the officer to meet me the 3rd day, and he indulged me. Ben Scully pointed out another superstitious moment during a game at Dodger Stadium, and I swear this was the only time it happened. I started that game with a full beard, but after every at-bat that I didn't get a hit, I went back to the locker room and shaved just a little bit. Well, after 4 at-bats, I was down to a mustache, but I got a hit in my last at-bat, so to me, it was all worth it. Looking back on my career, I was really was fortunate to have a solid and stable home base, personally and professionally. Christy and my girls were in my corner at home, and for 17 years, Denver, Colorado, and the Rockies were a perfect fit for me. The people, the lifestyle, the natural beauty of the state, I was happy to call it home. We still have a ranch in Colorado that my girls call their redneck Disneyland. Thank you, Dave McCants. To all the incredible Rockies fans, thank you for my 17 years. I know you spent your hard-earned money to come to the ballpark to cheer me on. I did my best to give it all every day. Competing on the baseball field was where I felt like I belonged. It was my church, a place where I felt most comfortable. I liked putting in the long hours and doing the extra work. The early Saturday mornings with Milo throwing to me in the cage, that's the kind of stuff I miss about baseball. Working hard to compete and the relentless drive to win. But when you live to compete and baseball has become your life and you have loved it, it is difficult to know when to retire. But this was a daggum pretty good sign. One day I was waiting on my 3-year-old daughter, Gentry, to put on her shoes. She was making these grunting noises when she bent over to put on her shoes. Worried, but not wanting to embarrass Gentry, I asked my wife what was wrong. And she smiled and whispered, "She's trying to be like you putting on your shoes." There's a saying in baseball, you're either humbled or you're about to be humbled. At 40 years old, in the shadows of Coors Field, I watched a 102-mile-per-hour fastball from Aroldis Chapman coming at my head. After bailing out, bat up, helmet flying, I got up, and the ump asked if it hit me. I said, "Nope, but I'm going to first anyway." He replied, "I don't blame you." And I ran down to first. The rewards that have come to me from baseball are beyond the wildest dreams of a young rookie coming out of the University of Tennessee.
Ladies and gentlemen, Joe Mauer.
Thank you, thank you. As tough as it is to get into the National Baseball Hall of Fame, it might be just as tough to sum up what this game, this honor, and this moment truly means to me. Even if I had all the time in the world, I'm still not sure I could properly put it into words. But today, I am grateful for the chance to try my best to describe what it means to be here with all of you. For as long as I can remember, the game of baseball has been a central part of my life and the life of my family. I grew up in St. Paul, Minnesota, with my parents, 2 older brothers, and my grandpa Jake Mauer. It'll never be lost on me that the same guys I pretended to be in my yard are men I grew up to know personally, and I even had one of them become my manager. Long before my big league days, my parents coached all of our Little League teams throughout the years. Rides to and from games consisted of conversations on good sportsmanship and ways to improve. And our dinner table talks were more of the same. In our home, baseball was a family affair. My dad and grandpa loved the game, and they loved to share their knowledge of the sport. They were the first to see a potential in me and believed in my abilities long before I did. They taught me that being successful takes a lot more than just athletic talent. At a young age, they instilled in me the values of hard work and dedication. They raised me on the golden rule of treating others the way you want to be treated, and always showing respect to my teammates, coaches, umpires, and opponents. They were my first and greatest role models, coaches and mentors, and they supported me every step of my baseball journey. From the very early days of homemade pitching machines in the garage to lengthy voicemails left after my big league performances, their guidance never wavered. Even at the end of my career, as my grandpa's eyesight was failing, he would stand right next to his TV in a batting stance and go through my every at-bat as if he was swinging alongside me. I hope they are both looking down this afternoon with pride, knowing that all their time and hard work helped me get to this podium, standing here as a Hall of Famer. From day one, they led by example and truly walked the walk. I especially want to thank my teammates, many of them who are here today, for your support, encouragement, and the amazing brotherhood you provided me for so many years. It was an absolute honor to suit up alongside you and battle it out every night. You each brought something different to the table and collectively taught me so much about this game, but also about life in general. Many of us grew up together, starting out as young ball players trying to navigate a new world, to becoming gray-haired dads who plan golf trips around our kids' schedules, and I'm grateful for the lifelong friendships I've been given to by this game. Thank you for being here today and for sharing with me a milestone that you all had a role in helping me achieve. I also want to thank the Minnesota Twins fans. You guys came out today. Thank you, thank you. For your many years of support throughout my career, with a special thank you to all who have traveled here today. You were there for my highs and lows and believed in me and our team through it all. Your energy and cheers brought life to our games, and it was truly an honor to play at home in front of such an incredible and loyal fan base. To my extended family and friends, those of who traveled here to join us in this incredible moment, and for those of you watching at home, thank you for your support not only today, but throughout my life and career. It means the world to me, and I'm lucky to have amazing people like you in my life. And Maddie, I cannot thank you enough for all that you do for me and our family. You wear many hats. You are an incredible wife, mother, mentor, role model, keeper of everyone's schedules, and as I call you, the curator of fun in our family. And somehow you managed to do it all with patience and grace. You've been a staple of love, support, and guidance, all while holding down the fort so I could go out and play the game that I love. The kids and I are so grateful for all that you do and so blessed to have you in our lives. Thank you for everything, honey. I love you. I also want to thank my in-laws, John and Ginny, for all the help that they provided Maddie and the girls when I was gone on the road. I knew I could always count on you for being there for them, and it put my mind at ease when I was out there. Thank you for all the love and support you've always shown me, and I love you both as well. Maren and Emily, you two gals mean the world to me. You've always been my little cheerleaders. And no matter the outcome of a game, you always seem to put a smile on my face. You've helped me see things with a new perspective and are a constant reminder of what's truly important in this world. I'm so proud of you both. It's been a joy to watch you grow into the incredible young ladies you are. I want to thank you for keeping me on my toes and for teaching me new things every day. I love you so much, and I'm so blessed to be your dad. And Chip, I love you so much too, buddy. I'm so grateful to have you as my little sidekick. Just like your big sisters, you bring so much joy and light to my life, and you remind me daily to slow down and appreciate the little things. You were born just 2 days after I retired, and although you miss my playing days, I now get to relive my childhood love of baseball through your eyes. Seeing your excitement as I watched you hold Babe Ruth's bat at the museum back in January was a full circle moment that brought me back to my days of pretending to be a big leaguer in our backyard. I now get to coach your team and have car rides to and from games where we talk about how baseball is about so much more than winning or losing. Playing this game takes grit. It teaches the important lessons of hard work, patience, and dedication. Because in baseball, you will inevitably fail more times than you succeed. You need to learn to make adjustments and have a strong determination to keep going, even when it's tough. These are all values I want to instill in my children, and learning this game is a great place to start. I wouldn't be standing here today without the vote of the baseball writers. I want to thank those of you who filled in my name on your ballot and felt I was worthy of this incredible honor. You are the data trackers and historians of this game, and because of your dedication, I not only have treasured articles and stories about my playing days, but my career now has a permanent place in the history of this game. I am truly honored, humbled, and grateful by your acknowledgement and appreciation of my craft. I also want to congratulate Adrian Beltre, Todd Helton, and Jim Leyland, and all of your families on this incredible moment. I am honored to be joining you in this year's Hall of Fame class, as I have the utmost respect for each one of you and how you guys conducted yourselves both on and off the baseball field. You are all highly deserving of this honor. I also want to thank the Hall of Fame members who are here today to welcome us into this incredible fraternity. You have all left a mark on this game and has acted as leaders and role models for the younger generations, myself included. Thank you for the support you have shown me since receiving the call back in January. It is an honor to share this stage with all of you. I want to give a big thank you to Jane Forbes Clark, Josh Rawich, John Shestakowski, Whitney Horn, and the entire Hall of Fame staff for all that you do to make this induction ceremony the wonderful event that it is, but also for your hard work and dedication in preserving the history of this game. The magic and memories you provide to all who have traveled here today for the love of baseball is unlike any other place. Thank you for what you do all year long in creating a place to honor, remember, and learn about the people, players, and moments that make this game such an important part of history. To stand here today and say that I'm now a small part of baseball's history is a statement that will never fully sink in for me. This moment is truly a dream come true. Thank you again to all who believed in me, supported me, and helped me achieve this remarkable honor. Thank you.
So some emotional speeches here at the 2024 Baseball Hall of Fame induction ceremony. Jim Leyland getting a little choked up. Of course, Joe Mauer, you know, that Minnesota kid, he's done well. Adrian Beltre, and of course, Todd Helton kicking things off. And he even got choked up a little bit. And it was just wonderful to be here. Thousands of fans. I think it was very Twins dominated, but that's because they had the Rochester team up here for the AAA team for a long time. But I'm ready to go home after a long week on the road at the All-Star Game, and of course the 3 days that we spent here in Cooperstown, providing you the best on Geary, Stein, and Stevens. Continue to follow us on all social media platforms. If you haven't seen our shows in the past, well, go to yourhometv.com. You can find all of them. You can also download the app on Roku, Your Home TV. That's going to do it from Cooperstown. Again, thank you to Serendipity Yachts and Cruises for your support for the All-Star Game and for here is Cooperstown as well. So for Troy, for Will, and myself, I'm going to start the long journey home. This is Dave Stevens. We'll see you next time.
Thank you for tuning in to the Geary, Stein, and Stevens Show. Follow us on social media, watch us on yourhometv.com, or now we're on Roku. Download it and watch us, and thanks for tuning in. Until next time, America.